Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Jake Jabberelli of Jabberelli Life. Just a bunch of referral links. Just running over some numbers. I know it's all numbers, probably boring to most people, but I don't know how to present this in a different way, and I really just want to show people what I'm working on. Because it's a question I'm not sure how to answer, and so I'm just trying to work it out as I go along. So, I received a piece of mail from some company I never heard of. I'm not even going to say who they are because I'm not trying to advertise them. That says that they can give my business up to $250,000. And what you see on your screen, on at least on the left side over here, is kind of the numbers I can figure out how I can make money off of the money they give me. Normally, when you're doing a business, of course you're going to want to make money off of it, right? That's the point of getting a loan, so you can further your business. I'm not trying to do that. Actually, no, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some really wealthy person to just give me a lot of cash. No wealthy person is going to do that. Unless they think they can make money off what I'm doing. So what I'm trying to do here is figure out how I can make money off of crypto, particularly staking, and then pay the loan back. So what you see in front of you here is the loan amount, the $250,000 that this company is planning on giving me, or that they say they can offer me. They want 12% interest. I think that's rather high, but interest rates in the U.S. are pretty high right now, anyways. So I'll just take their number, fine, 12%. They say they can do 12% interest over 120 months, 10 years, up to a possible 144. But I'm just sticking the conservative amount of 120, which is a long time, but it's $250,000. I don't know about the rules about whether or not I can just pay it all back immediately. Like, well, here's the money, I didn't need it all. Thanks for letting me use it for 2 months. That'd be a little weird. Most lending up companies would be like, well, why we give you all this money if you're just giving it back? You're like, I only needed it for a little while, made it all money back. Here you go. That's what I'm planning on doing. So the reason I have this all set up is with a particular coin that I know of, and I'm not going to share what that is because I don't want to. I can make 33% APY, annual percentage yield. Well, I guess it's actually annual percentage rate, not yield. I've already proved that I can make 33%, so I know I can do it. But knowing that the price of coins change, particularly this coin changes a lot, I don't want to lose the $250,000 in value. So I only want to do it for a really short time and make the money and leave. So it's like, all right, give me the money for a short period of time. I will pay you the interest for that short period of time. I will pay you interest payments on that interest. Now, the question really comes down to how much interest were they planning on making? They're planning on making, the total of what they'd be getting back. If I were to multiply this let's just do it real quick and show how much they really want back. This number times the total amount of assets. They're hoping to get this much money back. And let me just drag this over here and show how much money I would probably make if I could. That's not gonna. Oh, that's right, because it's not gonna show that right number. Let's delete that and add this. So if I were to leave my money in there the whole time, I'd make $825,000 off $250,000. They would make $430,000 off of their $250,000. So of course they're going to not quite double, but close to double their money. They would want that money, right? So I'm figuring on making this much money per month. This is how much they'd take from me. I'd have to give that back to them every month, and I'd end up with this much left over. What I really need is $100,000. How quickly can I get $100,000? Well, at this rate, presuming the price doesn't change, which it will, but let's say it didn't, it would take me 2.5 years to build this number into $100,000. Now, even if I reinvested it, it might be faster, maybe 18 months. Or no, it would say, yeah, it could be 18 months if I did it that way. But I'm going to be using this money. So what I really just need is the money now. So what I said to myself was, let me get rid of these two here. Let's say someone gave me $1 million. instead of $250,000. Well, that would give me $13,000 in 1 month. Well, if I did it for 2 months, let me just drag this out here and say equals this times 3 months as a reference equals this times 2, which is 6 months, equals this times 3, which is 9 months, and equal, this times 12. So, in a year's time, let's see this, so I'm going to just make the notes here. This is 3, 6, 9, 12. So, were I to were I to do it for 9 months, I get $118,000. Now, obviously I'd have to be paying them back, but I'm going to be making this much. I'll be making this much total, paying them this, and getting this back. So in 9 months, presuming the price didn't change, which it absolutely will, there's no way of knowing explicitly. I'd have to come up with some parameters, like if the price dips below this price and doesn't come back to this price by this time, I have to give all the money back. And I haven't done all those calculations yet, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. So if a person gave me $1 million at 12% and didn't have to be paid back for 10 years, which is 120 months, I'd be making this much money, presuming the price stayed flat, which, as I said many times now, will not happen. Will the price go up and down? Absolutely. Will it go down significantly? I have no idea. I have no way of knowing. We're talking about crypto. Price could drop 50% instantaneously. It would suck, and I'd have to pay the loan back. But if it recovered, would I have enough cash to pay this from what I've already made? Don't know. It's really hard to say. It's a risk. All of it's a risk. So what I was thinking was, in a month, or maybe 2, let's just say it was 2 months then, how could I get $100,000 in 2 months? Let's say I made this $5 million. There we go. 3 months. So 2 months, yeah, I could probably do $100,000 2 months, because this is 65,000 times 2, $120,000, right? Yeah, I'm paying them an awful lot back, right? Every month. Now, this company's not going to give me this $5 million, 12%. It's just not going to happen. They don't loan that much out. But supposing I could find someone who would be willing to give me $5 million just for 2 months' time, and I give them all the money back. You remember, Elon Musk did that with Tesla, right? Took a loan from the Fed, gave it back to them within a year. I think it was less than a year. It was like 6-10 months, something like that. Paid the whole loan back. You didn't need it very long. You just needed a little bit of boost. And that's what I need. I just need a little bit of a boost. So, but the more money I'm given, and of course I'm planning on giving it back, but the thing that I'm questioning about this is like, well, there's the price of the coin, right? There's a concern. But 2, would they accept me giving all the money back, plus that tiny amount of interest? Well, what would that interest be? Instead of 120 months, what would the interest be on 12% of 5 million? Well, it's a pretty easy calculation, right? Well, I already have the number, so we can say equals the total times the percentage divided by 6 in this, because it's 2 months. Yeah, it's 2 months we're looking at. So the interest rate on 2 months worth of time of $5 million is $100,000 at their interest rate. So if they were going to be loaning this out to me, what would the interest payments alone be? That's the question here. And actually, I could probably use this formula to find out what the interest payments would actually be. But I'd have to do, I don't remember, it's PMINT. I don't remember what it is. Anyways, so over a 2 month period, they would want to make $100,000 off a loan to me, $5 million, for 2 months instead of 10 years. They're expecting $100,000 in interest. Now, the interest is always higher at the beginning of a loan, and that's obviously you're paying most of what your payment is interest. And so if it's a super short loan, like I said, 2, maybe 3 months, would they accept a smaller amount of interest? I'm sure I could negotiate that if they're open to it. But I'm sure at the same time, this is the thing that always makes me weird. I think they call it the curse of knowledge. You know something, you know it well, you know how it works. And it's hard for you to understand a person's position that doesn't know how what you know works. And it seems obvious to you, but it's not obvious to them. Now, when it comes to bankers, they probably don't care. They just want the money. That's all they're in the business of doing. It's just making money off of money. So that's all I'm literally trying to do is make money off of money. And theirs is a little more secure methodology for doing what they're doing. But yeah, I'm just trying to talk this out because I feel like it's important to talk about. Let me just talk one little bit about ignoring the rest of this stuff over here on the left and go over here. Why is this chart up here? And why is it the number here the same as what is over there? Well, what I was looking at was just a comparison. Actually, I think this number needs to be changed to 33 now. These are various coins in which I could invest. And these are the rates in which you could invest them at. And I was looking at, well, how much do you get annually, after putting this much money down off of this percentage, right? In an annual with no compounding. So the best obviously being 33%, a third of all the value. You get 82,000. Well, how much do you make every second? That's just what I was looking at. Every minute, every hour, how much it comes out every day, based on the initial investment value. Actually, I think this isn't changing. Yeah, because it's supposed to go to 5 million. So let's set the 5 million. All right. So every second at 33% interest, every second I'd be making 5 cents. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Jeff Bezos' salary, right? How much does Jeff Bezos make every second? It's far more than pennies. It's like tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's just add an extra 3 zeros on here. God, this is the kind of insanity I was looking for. This is it. I know it's $5 billion, right? No one's going to give me $5 billion. That's utterly ridiculous. In fact, it's bigger than the coin market, so it wouldn't even make any difference. So every second, 33%, $5 billion invested in this particular coin would net me $52 a second. It's so ridiculous just saying it out loud. But hey, what would it be daily? Oh, it would be $4.5 million a day. So, yeah, that's a nice salary. Like I said, I only need 1 day of salary of that. In fact, I only really need 1 hour. 200 grand for an hour? Yeah, I'd take that. I don't even know how I'd do that, but I'd take it. You want to give me $5 billion for 1 hour, and it will make me 200 grand? Yeah, of course, the interest rates would be ridiculous there, too. I still have to be paying them back a good chunk of money. So, anyways, I just wanted to put that in there just to make fun of it. All right, 5 minutes. That's right. So, anyways, yeah, the whole point of this... Oops, I'm going to do that. Where am I going here? All right, is just this question. How do you make money off of money? This is what the banks always say, right? And there's risk. They're risking, giving you the money and you running off with it, right? And then they have to go sue you for it or try to criminally indict you for it. That takes money too. So they're trusting that they're not going to get away, that you're not just going to run away with the money. Or even if you don't run away with the money, that you're going to pay it back soonish, right? Or you're going to pay it back in a reasonable amount of time. So they try to judge you to figure out if you're a risk. And that's what this one company that I found, that I have this paperwork sitting on my desk here, is doing as well. Of course, they're not going to give me $5 million. They're only going to give me, up to $250,000. Let me just set this equal because I'm tired of stating. There we go. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, maybe I will talk about the coin later on. You guys probably figured out, I like Atomic Wallet. It's actually not through Atomic Wallet, it's through Cosmos Hub. But go check out Cosmos Hub if you're interested in finding coins that are higher interest rates than what Cosmos offers. Cosmos, I think, currently offers, it's like 22%. I think there's a reason I have this 22% sitting over here, because I was just comparing it to Cosmos. It's Atom, the Atom coin. So, anyways, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this was just how do I make 100 grand real quick? And haven't quite figured all this out yet. And obviously I need to put in the parameters for figuring out where the money will fall if the money, if the value of the coin goes down. How do I pay it back? When do I pay it back? Can I afford the payments to pay it back? There's just so many questions. It's all risk. It's all a question of risk. So that's all I got to say. Thanks everyone for watching my boring math video. I appreciate your time. Thumbs up I would appreciate. Catch you on the flip side.